Here's CP3. Gets a look. And a putback slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Really don't see the read. Be the read.
Rockets in control of the basketball. From the painted area, won't go down.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready.
I knew he was going to do that. I should have stole it.
Gerald Green, they get it down to Paul. Nice pass to get things going.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Brown with it up top. We're a minute into the second quarter. Has a chance. Brown shot, no good.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything. That's why shots aren't dropping.
Baseline drive. Yes. And a foul.
Wow. He just made the jelly. How do you just make that? No, yo. We want to speed right now. We're blowing him out the gym. Let's go.
Chance of a three-point play. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Off the mark at the line. To Rozier.
What's happening?
He wants it at the rim and scores.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Ah, the monster stuff.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Paul to Capella. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Irving with the basketball. Now down 6. Kyrie Irving. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
Tucker. Count the bucket for 2. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
To Paul. Around the perimeter. Beyond the arc for 3. So the first point.
I ain't got no center. I ain't got no center. I didn't know that. That's why we losing like that. Let's get him out of
here. In his first half.
Let's time my button.
And he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Stevens will change up his lineup. Irving to Marcus Morris. To the rim, lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's in the hands of Hart. Knocked loose. Gordon with it. Lead stands at 7. Harden. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Cruises inside for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Knocked loose. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. Paul with it up top. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half.
Yeah. Exactly my point. Exactly my point.
Rockets with 4 to shoot. Al Horford swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Amazing defense. Oh. You shouldn't like me. You shouldn't like me to let.
Kyrie Irving, 4 out of 7.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Give him 2 points. High percentage. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
And count the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
It's in the hands of James Harden. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, we are at halftime in Game 7. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Oh, never mind. What's up?
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one.
What happened?
The Rockets have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scores for the Houston Rockets. The Celtics. Back to
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Celtics have it. To Horford.
You know you can hear my voice, right? Oh, nah.
Nice pass to set things up.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Now Paul with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages third quarter. To rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having third game, but the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Here's Irving into the front court. His team up by 1. Oh, that's how it's done.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Capella. Paul. buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
Not that time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
To Marcus Smart. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Al Horford rejects it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Irving. Trying to cash in. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Ed, I know we live in a new age where players rather take a 3 than a 2. But if you get an easy 2, that's a guaranteed bucket. You have to take it.
Knocked loose. That'll get out of bounds off of Irving. It stays with Houston. Time to shuffle things up. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
A pass taken away by the Rockets.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop.
Oh boy, got a lot.
Into the front court. His group now down 2.
Imagine that.
Horford pins
Imagine
it.
that.
4th this contest.
Oh my God.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
And he misses that one free throw.
Oh, right there, right
to
there.
Marcus Smart. Fires the 3.
Oh, damn.
And that's rebounded by Houston.
You want me to use the clippers?
He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hey! Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
That was nasty. I like
Harden with it up top. Tie game, 3rd quarter.
Oh no. Wait. Let's get it. Hey, good defense. We won it.
To Harden.
Okay, we won it. Oh yeah.
Celtics have
Oh
it.
yeah.
Tie ball game. Make this possession count.
Hey! Here, rocking the rim. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Harden into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket.
Good defense. In my bench? Oh God. Leg.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but
why are you walking like that?
Marcus
Oh my
Smart
God.
at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career.
Let's get it.
Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to
46,
5.
folks. Let's get it.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
There is no way he's about to score that. No way.
Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Oh, I wasn't defending.
just a ball handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Hold up.
Pass to the rim.
Why? Oh.
Lets it fly
Open.
from long range.
This
Rebound
mother.
for
Nah.
Capella.
What?
Paul across the timeline.
Look at me.
Shot clock off as they
He
trail by
cannot shoot.
3.
I'm not getting him the ball no more. Like, He cannot get the ball after that. Oh, yeah.
Screen coming.
Oh, too much sauce. Oh, my God, too much sauce.
Count it.
Made that?
And one. There was some contact there.
This game is unbelievable. I don't know how he made that. Yo!
That misses.
I made that.
Second to go. 3/4 down with the Celtics in front.
When we use the Clippers, I've never used them. That's grimy. But they don't have like
Kawhi
Kawhi
in
Leonard.
control of the basketball
This is
as
not
we
NBA
start
Live
the fourth
tournament.
quarter. They trail
They
to
need
this
to make
point,
it.
but you'd have to say
Oh, the D!
this one's up for grabs.
What's up, muscle?
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Let's go.
Paul into the front court.
I think he's
His
gonna
club
win.
staring up at an
Almost here.
8-point
There it is.
deficit. Knocked loose.
What are
Referee
you
blows the whistle.
doing? What's
Jump
the
ball
yo?
coming.
Wait,
They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do at the jump.
that's not even Iman Shumpert. Look at his hairline.
Irving to Jaylen Brown.
Caught him like 5 times. His name isn't Iman
Too
Shumpert.
much
His name's
contact. Free throws on the way.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Everybody hairline
First
valid.
free
You
throw
realize that?
is good.
Everybody hairline valid except him, right? Good shot.
So he hits the first, misses the second.
Make some.
Paul with it up top.
Oh,
His guys
no,
down by
he's
9. Has a look.
Imagine
Shot
they
by
come
Paul
back.
won't go. Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense.
My God.
To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. That's how it's done.
Yes,
He's 4 for 4 in the game.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a, you know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
And he finishes at the rim.
And sometimes less is more.
Oh,
Keep it
he's
simple.
shifting me. Oh, he's
That's
shifting me.
what.
Okay, imagine. Oh, my God.
To Fareed.
Oh, where am I going?
Kenneth Fareed powers
Where
it
did I
down.
go?
I mean, defense, is it that easy?
Hello?
Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk?
Oh, my
some
God.
yelling, some
Stumbled
kind of
him.
emotion?
Down.
I need you to get involved back in this ball.
And Kyrie Irving took the defense for a ride. Tough three-pointer.
Look, that shot was
I
going
know
up
you watching.
regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a
Oh, that's green.
premium
That's
market
green.
for
I'm not even gonna lie.
players with
I'm not
that
even gonna
type of
lie.
handout
Yeah.
coordination.
How's this for a hot start? He's 5 of 5 from three-point range.
Fun.
Every time I watch him shoot,
Oh,
great
no, that's
release,
bad.
up and down, comes down
Let's go,
in the
Kyrie.
same spot every time.
Kyrie across the
Kyrie with the
timeline.
sauce.
His
Kyrie with the
guys have
bow.
a commanding lead. He has had the hot hand tonight. He's now 6 for 6 from beyond the arc.
I say keep feeding him the ball. If he's not going to miss, let's make sure our offense centers around him.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes.
Oh, no.
Harden to Fareed.
Oh.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Celtics have it.
Oh, there it is.
Looking for his man. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
I wish you would go to that.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2,
let me use the
still
Clippers,
get the
right?
ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw good, and the lead.
Hold on. Look at this. I bet. Let's get it, folks. Yeah.
Across the timeline. Make something
If
happen.
he finished that.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
That's a cool man.
To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Irving. Jay, when was the last time you saw something like this? He's 7 of 7 from 3.
The only time I can remember, 2011 at Rucker Park, KD dropped 66, but this is getting close.
Al Horford sends it away. Incredible. 6 tonight. Irving.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Harden in possession. Down a bundle. Al Horford snatching it out of the air. Make that 7.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Oh, okay.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of breakdance moves they might hit you with.
Not loose. Celtics come away with it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Irving lobs it up. Green with the basketball. His guys down big. Won't go down. Cashes in for 2.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Al Horford with a piece. 8 now.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. You might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat them by 50, beat them by 50. If you want to beat them by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Here's a chance from long range. Not going down here.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
It's a victory here for the Celtics.